You alright, guys? It's protecting kids online. Just off to do a live thing at the moment. We're about 2 minutes away. What did you say? Actually, come with me. Come here. Just in the process of IDing him, so bear with us. Just take it down.
Yeah. I saw the train.
Take it down. Just take it down.
Let me pretend to open up a pair of shoes first.
Huh? Where? Sorry guys, bear with us. Hello Irfan, my name is Michael, we're from Protecting Kids Online. We're here today because you've been grooming a child on the internet. The police are coming and you are going to be arrested and you are going to be questioned.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
So you've admitted to it straight away.
Yeah.
That you've been speaking to a child online. We are filming it just for your protection and for ours.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
So we're not going to intimidate you. You're not going to come to harm. Do you want to do it?
No.
Yeah. So what we would like to know before the police arrive is, why do you do this? Why have you been grooming a child on the internet?
Nah, so actually I didn't. So just wanted to be friends.
Right, we know that's not true because what you've been saying to this child is very explicit of what you wanted to do to her. You found out that she's a virgin, you asked if she was a virgin,
Nah,
and
just,
she said
you
yes.
Know, just I'm also what I never do. Like I just wanted as a job, like I tell you.
Yeah,
You can stand
let's
over
go
the
back
wall,
against the
please.
wall.
Sorry?
Go stand over by the wall, just for your protection.
Just for your protection.
And keep you safe out of the way of people. Thank you.
Right. So what we do is we are criminal hunters. We track down people like you. So none of this is entrapment. This is your evidence. This is the dogs that we've got on you, which was over 295 pages of chat logs. In over a week, you've been chatting to this child. You've been grooming her on the internet. Have you brought condoms with you today? Are they in your car? Are they in your car?
You can check it.
Are you sure?
Yeah, sure.
But the police will check that
Because
anyway.
I didn't intend to do it. Just I just told just
But you
as a
said
joke.
you was gonna take her virginity.
Nah,
And you went
just
into detail.
just
about-
as a joke, I did.
as a joke.
But that's
Yeah.
not funny though, is it? And if we go through the chat log, I think it's
This is
crystal
the
clear.
13-year-old child that you've been speaking to. One at a time.
As a joke, I did it. I didn't want to do it.
So if you didn't want to do it, could you ask me a question then? Because I'm very confused. When reading through the chat log, it's crystal clear that you're actually talking to her quite explicitly, and you are asking her quite explicit things. So if you didn't want to do anything with this 13-year-old child, can you tell me then why you said these things? Because that's quite confusing. You see, it doesn't make sense, does it? You know, you're a 20-year-old man, you're talking to what you believe to be a 13-year-old child, and you're stating categorically that these are things you didn't mean, you're playing around, but that's a little bit confusing. I mean, that's quite disturbing as well, isn't it? Would you like to perhaps give me a little bit of an idea why you're saying those things if you don't mean it? And actually, I'm even more confused because here you are today. You've turned up to meet what you believe to be a 13-year-old child. So, you know what? Crack on. Tell me all about it. Why are you here if you're not wanting to meet a 13-year-old child?
Yeah, so actually I didn't want to do this. Yeah, just as a friend, I talked to her as a friend.
As a friend?
Yeah, as a friend. So
Really?
Just
you wouldn't say that to your friend?
Just made
You
as a
wouldn't say you're
nah.
gonna stick your penis inside her pussy.
Nah.
And if she doesn't give you her pussy, you're gonna get upset. So
Nah,
you're
nah,
trying
nah.
to use emotional blackmail.
Just-
and you're also bullying the child as well. You are continuously telling the child to fuck you.
No, so
telling her to hurry up. She's at school.
I know that. So I know
She's
that.
at
So
home
it's
with her mum, and you're there telling her to hurry up, and continuously telling her to go fuck herself.
Nah, I don't. I know that.
You do know that then? You do know that, yeah? You are admitting that what you've said, you are admitting to all this, yes?
I know that, but actually, I wanted just to make just friendship. That's
How
it.
can you be friends with somebody if you want sex with them? I'm a little bit confused, you see, because if you're saying, I want to fuck you, I want to have sex with you, and you're talking about her pussy. Excuse me, can you just bear with me a second, please? Just bear with me. If you're saying that I want sex with you, and you're telling her to send you pictures and pictures of all of her body, and you're pushing, I'm a little bit confused, you see. I'm not sure where friendship comes into that, especially when it's a 13-year-old child. So could you perhaps help me understand, because you are a 20-year-old man talking sexually explicit to a 13, or what you believe to be a 13-year-old child. So if you could sort of educate me then, because I'm very confused.
Yeah. So I just told you, I was just making a joke. Yeah, joke.
Oh.
Even I didn't want to.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. If I want
to go for life is a joke.
Wow.
No, if I wanted to do it, I would bring the condom stuff, but I didn't bring it.
No, okay. I'm quite disturbed now then, because you're saying to me, just friends, you're joking. Now that's very disturbing, isn't it? Because you're telling me that you are talking sexually explicit to a 13-year-old, what you believe to be a 13-year-old child, and you're telling me it's a joke. But you've come here, you're admitting that you've done these things, but you're now telling me, it's kind of like putting a twist on the story, isn't it? I'm not really sure, why you're saying this, and it's almost as if, like, if I say this, I'm making it better. I really don't get that, I really don't get that at all. How can you say I'm joking? How can you say that I didn't mean it?
You asked to be boyfriend and girlfriend as well.
Nah,
so how is that being friends?
Nah, I didn't want her, she is like 13 years old, yeah. I didn't
Guys,
really,
the lad's name is Irfan, and we're on the borders of Kent and London.
Nah,
20-year-old guy.
I really
Irfan.
didn't want her, to be her boyfriend. She is younger than me. Just I wanted to make friends.
But you're here though.
I think
Just as a friend I can. Just as a friend I
At
can.
no point throughout the chat did you say you just wanted to be friends.
Yeah.
She did. She said from the start that she
Yeah.
wanted to be friends.
Yeah, but just I wanted to be friends, and
So
I
you
think it's
continue
not good.
to
But
chat,
I think
just
just
chat.
I wanted friendship, but I think I made a mistake, so I shouldn't do that.
you know what? I think we'd need to move on from this just friends making a mistake. I think a mistake would be where you didn't know her age and she didn't give you her age at all, and she talked to you back sexually. She had banter and fun with you, and you met up, and then you saw that she was a child. So then at that point, you could kind of understand. But I'm kind of thinking that, to be perfectly fair, this is not a mistake, this is not a joke, this is not a game. This is a 13-year-old child who you have been grooming sexually, who you have been speaking to in such a manner that is incredibly disturbing. Tell me something, do you have any, do you know any, you've got brothers or sisters or children or, anyone of this age?
Yeah.
So how would you feel then if, have you got a sister that's young? No? Yes?
Yeah.
Okay, so how would you feel if this was your sister and some guy come along and said all the dirty, vile things that you said to this child?
If you don't mind me asking, sorry, how old is your sister? Is she below the age of 16?
Yeah, 16.
Oh,
She
there you
is,
go.
and you live at home with your sister?
Yeah.
You do? Okay. So your sister's now going to be questioned about this as well, to see if you've done anything to her.
Yeah.
So what your actions, what they've done, they've involved your family now.
Sorry?
Your actions have involved your family in this now. You do know that.
I don't.
Everything.
So your sister's going to be questioned by the police and social services to make sure that you haven't touched her, because that's what you were planning to do with this 13-year-old child.
Yeah, but
You were originally planning to stay at her house. You know her mum works nights.
Yeah,
so
I
you can
can't
stay
say
there.
anything. Yeah, anything about just I told you I wanted to make friendship. That's enough.
I think we need to move on from that because we've got the evidence in front
Because
of us.
I don't have anything else to tell you.
So in other words, you want to make a load of excuses for the things that you've been saying to this child.
Why? No.
I mean, do you think it's okay to speak to a child in a sexual manner, to ask her to do things sexually, to tell her what you want to do to her sexually? Do you think that is okay? Yes or no?
No, that's not.
Sorry?
Not okay.
Not at all. I can't hear you. Can you speak up, please?
It's not okay. It's not okay.
It's not okay. Absolutely spot on. So, therefore, You've come here today. You've come here today to meet what you believe to be a 13-year-old child to engage in sexual activity. Hang on, I'm not finished. You have not once stood there and shown any remorse, absolutely anything, for what you have done. What you have done, if this was a real child, you would have scarred her for life. See, the thing is, you see, you'll get arrested, and the police will take you in, they'll arrest you, you'll be put in a cell, and then eventually it'll go to court, and you know what? You may just get a suspended sentence. But that child, please don't shake your head, because this really is very serious, and I don't know if you realise the seriousness of what you've done.
I don't know what to tell you, I don't know, but
that child, let me finish, that child, while you've been given a suspended sentence and you toddle off on your way, that child then has got a life sentence of what you've done. A child of 13, they're not ready for sexual activity, they're not emotionally mature enough. That's why there is a legal age limit. There's a legal age limit for a reason. It's to protect the child.
I don't know what to say. I just,
talk to me. Tell me what it was about.
I don't
tell
know
me
what
why.
to tell you. I don't know what
so
to tell you.
You have a
just
sexual attraction to children?
No, not sexual. I don't know.
I'm going to stop you there.
Have you been chit-chatting to any other children?
I have never, did, sex before, and
If you're okay, let me just stop you for a second. Okay, now you're saying you have no sexual attraction to children. Now I'm not going to go around in circles with you. I just want to get to the point here. So, Irfan, sorry, I do apologise. You're telling me you have no sexual attraction whatsoever to children, yet you have been talking knowingly, and you do know, knowingly to a 13-year-old child, what you believe to be a 13-year-old child, sexually. And yet you're telling me you've got no sexual attraction. That doesn't make sense. That tells me that actually, unfortunately, you're now lying to me. Because if you don't have a sexual attraction towards children, there is nowhere on this earth you would have said, excuse me, could you look at me please, I'm talking to you, please don't be rude. Then you would have, excuse me, Irfan, if you had no sexual attraction whatsoever, then you would not have done what you did. It's black and white, you did what you did, end of story. So therefore, you need to approach yourself.
Listen, I'm telling you, I just, in the text I told her, I will come here,
So
I will come here, we will have our, we'll have food together.
Okay, let's have a look at the chat log. I'll tell you what we do, Irfan. We're going to read some of the chat log, because how I see it, you see, it's a little bit disturbing that we've got all this evidence on you. Yeah, so pictures were asked in very early, and you didn't just ask once, you pushed, and you pushed, and you pushed.
I didn't want her, even...
Irfan, it's all there in black and white.
This will be handed over to the police along with a digital copy. This will be handed over to the police along with a digital copy, and they will be questioning you, and you'll be going through this today with them.
This is very disappointing, because you seem to have the guts to talk to this what you believe to be a child.
I mean, you're going into detail
and you're not
about
here.
her bleeding when you were going to break her virginity and it hurting. And she said, actually, I don't want to do this now.
Now listen,
and then you turned around and said,
as a joke,
I'm going to be gentle, so it won't hurt, it'll be okay.
As a joke, I did
As a joke?
No, as a joke, yeah.
As a joke.
I swear to God, I didn't want to do this, It's not,
Right, okay, Irfan, let's just stop there. Let's just stop for a minute, okay? Let's just stop for a minute. Let's get a whole perspective on this. A 13-year-old child, you believe is a 13-year-old child, and you are asking to break her virginity, that it would cause bleeding. Can you? No, hang on. Educate me, Irfan. Where's the joke in that? I'm baffled. I'm really
I told
confused.
you as a
Where's
joke,
the joke?
I can't see anything else.
Where is the joke? Help me understand.
And you said you wanted to have sex at her mum's house when her mum was out.
How
That's
can
another joke, yeah?
No, how can you go inside, someone, house,
Because you knew her mum wasn't going to be there for
I've
quite
never
a few
done
hours.
I
So you
didn't
had planned to come after she had left and planned to leave before she came home.
No.
Would you find a funny side if someone slept to your sister?
Yeah.
Don't want to break a virginity,
If
but
a
it's a joke.
20-year-old
Could you find a funny side to that?
I can't say anything, because I told you, it was just a joke. But I don't know
But
what to
see from my point,
Wow.
you've got a sister.
Yeah.
If,
A lot of
if
joking
someone
going
like
on
you
here,
said that
guys,
to your
as you can
sister,
see,
would you
a lot
find
of
funny
jokes.
side in her
I
wanting
guess
to
this
break
guy
virginity?
seems to think it's
Would
quite
you find a
amusing
funny side to it?
to break a child's virginity to
No.
make her bleed. It's all jokes. It's just way beyond me. I mean, looking at you, you look well presented, clean cut. It looks like you come from a good family background. You're articulate. So, and yet you talk with a lack of common sense, a lack of intellect. I'm a bit confused how somebody that comes across so well can be so stupid to think that it's funny to talk to a 13 or what you believe to be a 13-year-old child. It's a little bit beyond me. And every time I ask you to sort of clarify or explain so I can get some idea on your mentality, you just shrug your shoulders, you fold your arms, you've been incredibly arrogant when, then, where's the remorse, Irfan? Where's the remorse? Where is the remorse in what you've done?
I don't know what to say. I don't have in my mind, what I just told you, and I wanted to make joke.
You want to make joke?
Yeah.
Unfortunately, you haven't.
Make a joke.
Yeah, and just wanted to make friendship.
Start watching Peter Kay.
So I have never done anything else there. So I have done it, and you catch me that, then yeah, I will be guilty. But now I've never done anything.
Okay, so what do you think what should happen now? So okay, police come along, they arrest you, you go to court. What do you think should happen to you? What sort of sentence do you think you should be given? What do you think should happen to you for what you've done over this last period of time?
I don't know.
What do you think should happen to predators like yourself that prey on vulnerable children and groom them sexually and want to have sexual... Excuse me, Irfan. Excuse me, I'm talking to you. What do you think that should be done to you? What do you think, what sort of sentence, what do you think should happen to you? You want us to let you go? So never mind, it's okay what you've done. We don't mind, goodbye. Or what? Please tell me, because I'm really interested. Because
I don't know what to say.
You don't know what to say. That's because you've been hung, drawn and quartered. That's why. Because you know that the evidence we've got is solid. We've got the whole chat log, every single thing that you've said, everything we've got. And again, I'm thinking, where is the humour in breaking a child's virginity, causing her to bleed, wanting to have sex with her, to stay over at a house with her?
Listen, if I wanted to have a sex with her, yeah, I would, stay with her, till long. But just I told her I will have a, food.
Oh, okay.
And start food with you, I will go back, at 3.
Okay.
I will go back because at 5, I will go to work as well.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's very kind of you, actually. I mean, if that's true, that's very kind of you.
I'm not, free. I work, 7 days.
Well, it's you're really trying to sort of, turn this into something polite, something humorous. I'm really confused. Now you're being polite. Then it was a joke. None of it really tallies up with me, I mean, what I see in front of me is a young man that actually doesn't seem to really care less about what he's done. You've trivialised the whole sordid thing that you've been doing, and that's absolutely disgraceful. We are here, like many other predator hunters, to protect the children that people like you groom and abuse. And it's even more disgusting that we've caught you today and you've shown not 1 ounce of remorse. And you've got an awful lot of people watching you now. Your face will not be forgotten.
So what should I do? I told you everything.
You've told us everything.
Not to say it.
So you've told us everything, that it was a joke. That's it. Yeah. Okay.
If it wasn't joke, I would stay, for long.
Guys, have you got any questions you'd like to ask him while we're standing here? Because I think this guy's beyond me. The police are on their way, just the usual way, as you know.
Yeah. I don't know what you got.
You don't know what to say.
Okay, so what about
Right, here we go.
can my
Police are
dick
here.
fit in your pussy? Is that a joke?
Yeah, everything.
Police are
That's a joke. Okay.
Just put your hand up for us a minute, please. Put your hand up for us.
brilliant. Police have been a million. Brilliant. Thank you. Absolutely amazing. Thank you very much. Wow. No.
Have you filmed the whole time, have you?
Yeah.
Okay, have you had to send that link to us?
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll leave it there, is it? Do you want to give us the give my colleague give my colleague the allegation, Ross?
That was me. I'm the one who...
Do you want to give my colleague the allegation?
No, you can do that now, mate.
As you can see, guys, just what we want to see. Handcuffed straight away. The police have been absolutely brilliant. Spot on. Absolutely brilliant.
So, Irfan's been grooming for it. to be a 13-year-old child.
Always such a relief when the police act like this, you know, it just makes such a massive difference. So you have to forgive me if the screen's a bit shaky. I don't know if I'm cold or it's my nerves, so I do apologise. It's my first sting, so bear with me guys, sorry. The old adrenaline's pumping I think now. But this has been brilliant. I'm Jamie Hunter, guys. Some of you may have heard of me, some of you may not. I know I'm special, just a newbie. Hi Ronnie, it's Jamie Hunter. Hi Tanya. I said you'd find me, didn't I? This is Metropolitan Police. Absolutely spot on, brilliant. Oh, I think I've stopped shaking. I'm still shaking. Sorry, guys.
Adult male, sexual grooming, arrested by myself. We've got a van.
Brilliant. Oh, I'll tell you what, I'm so impressed. This is sorry, waffling. This is brilliant. Police officer, she is brilliant. She can actually come straight in without a doubt, no hesitation, cuffed in. Absolutely fantastic. Thanks, Phil. Appreciate that. Yeah, love you too, Talia, my little honey bot. First thing, yeah, it's my first, so if the camera's shaking, I'm sorry. I'm not sure if it's my adrenaline or whether it's because I'm cold or both. But it was nice and smooth, thank goodness. I guess the only downside is he's arrogant, you know what. Oh, GP, love you mate, thank you so much. Thanks Paula, thank you. Thanks Naomi. It's, my mouth has gone so dry. I've heard this being said before, I get it now. Dry mouth. He's still talking about the yeah, can you message me after Jamie? Yeah, sure I can, Ronnie, no worries. Can you just bear with me though, Ronnie, yeah? I guess I need to finish off doing this, calm my nerves, and wet me whistle as they say, and I'll message you as soon as possible. Thank you, Karen, bless your heart. Yeah, he's very arrogant, absolutely beyond belief how arrogant. Oh, we've got a bit of music, can't be bad. Oh, thanks, Kay. Thanks, oh, honestly everybody. What's Facebook? Facebook. Yeah, thanks everybody. Oh, got my arm whacked by the police officer, I might have to get it done for assault. That green right to his chops, yeah. I'm sure he will do once he's in the prison cell and he's actually arrested properly. Let's just hope that yeah, sure, Ronnie, no worries. His arms across with the cuffs, yeah. Yeah, I love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. Another one bites the dust, eh guys? We are not going to sit around and watch our children be groomed by dirty, filthy people. Oh, bless your heart. Thanks, Tammy. Oh, yeah, with music too, GP. Yeah, absolutely. Oh, I'll have to hold it in both hands. I'm really shaking. Oh, sorry.
Lovely. Thank you very much.
Oh, thank you, Samantha. Bless your heart. I mean, to be fair, I mean, we're a team and we've all done really well.
Sarah just called me up.
Yeah.
No,
you don't need to. It's live, so therefore it's nothing on the phone. It goes straight on Facebook. Nothing's on the phone.
All the chat logs is on that.
So
all the chat logs, everything that this gentleman got.
yeah.
Chat from now, yeah, now.
Everything, yeah.
I'm talking about now when he's giving you.
That's not being stored on the phone, that's being stored on Facebook.
Yeah, it's not on the phone.
Get your copy.
It's live.
We can download it onto disc. We can put it on a disc for you.
So just taking my phone back, they're definitely not taking my phone. So yeah, we've got a male and female officer with us. The male the male officer is being a bit of a arrogant guy. He wants to seize the phone for no reason. He wants a copy of the live feed, which is fine, which will give him, we'll download a copy and send that, but they're quite welcome to log on the page and download it. So there we go, Irfan getting in the back of the van there. So after this we're going to cut the live feeds and we'll speak to one of us, go to the station to give evidence and a statement. The female officer's been great. but the male's been a bit arrogant. However, that's fine. There's no evidence on this particular phone, no chat logs, and obviously the video is being recorded onto the phone.
Someone from the station telling me to grab it. Yeah,
it was a sergeant over the radio asking to seize the phone, just because of the live feed, but they're not going to. Yep, taxi's arrived. Thank you for sharing, guys, and please continue to share our group. Second van's arrived.
Right, okay guys, I'm just going to move away now because of the issue with the phone. I sit there, they're like to see if the phone tell them to poke it. Yeah, Sasha, I'll tell you what, there's no way they're taking the phone. Simple as that really. No way. It's a shame because the female police officer, phenomenal, you know, straight over, simple, you've been arrested, cuffs on, you know, it was like, yes, get in there. The guy come over, arrogant, cocky, oh, I don't know, you know, it's a bit of a funny one, isn't it? You get those that are pretty cool and chilled, and then you get those that aren't. We've got quite two vans. We've got Mr. Plod walking around looking like some hardcore dude. I guess he's got to do his job, to be fair, and he's I don't know what the phone season's about, probably a case of choppers filming, but as we all know now, when it's done live, then it's not actually on the phone itself, it stays on Facebook, as we all know. So let's have a look. Love it when these films get pinched by female. Yeah, I have to say, no, I don't want to be sexist, guys, but I tell you what, when it's a female copper comes over and cuffs him, it's like, yes, get in there. There's just something, you know, I mean, I'm a bit of a feminist, so I guess it's a bit of empowerment on that score as well. But sorry, am I still shaking? Let's have a look. I'm going to want to just joined. Yeah, no worries. Yeah, we know. Yeah, you know, I guess it's some of it is ignorance, isn't it? I mean, I think we're very quick to say the police are crap, the police are this, the police are that. I think, to be fair, in a sense, you know, it's a new phenomenon, isn't it, what we're doing? And I guess the police have to sort of like think, oh, hang on, how do we deal with this? And the more of us that set up, the more of us that work, you know, that they sort of start to understand and they start to get it. So, and I think like today, they were brilliant apart from the bloke. Thanks, Tanya. Bless you. Cut speed, high phones. Yeah, but I'll tell you what, I don't want to be crude, but I know I'd stick my phone straight down my trousers. They wouldn't take my phone, that's for sure. Sorry, too much information. Yeah, I don't think it's going to be an issue anyway, to be honest. The guy's not come over here. Just bear with me, I'm going to see what the boss wants to do. 2 seconds. Yeah, thanks everybody. Yeah, I mean, it was well executed. The main chap of our sting, he's really good. He's very thorough, very organised. You know, make sure that he's got everything in place. You know, I'm really impressed, to be honest with you. If anything, I would say it's him that's made this, Jack Hunter, that's made this sting go so smooth. Really spot on. Yeah, kind of, you know, filled me with confidence, really. You know, it's my first sting. And then obviously I just didn't shut up and took over. Poor old Jack. I'm probably fired now. Where is this? Right, yeah, we are. I will say now that they've got him, we're in Bromley, guys. Yeah, we're in Bromley. I don't know if you can hear the music in the background. A little bit of bagpipes. Something to chill out to. Yeah, it's the guy, we don't know his last name, but his name was Irfan, 20, from Wembley. So if anyone else has got him, then let us know. Right, okay, I think we're going to stop this now. I don't think there's anything else to see. Thanks everybody for watching and appreciate all your support. Cheers.